you at all as a play caller, knowing that you're as thin right now on the offensive line as maybe you ever have been?
No, I mean, I don't know if it changes your philosophy. I mean, you do what you do. We are thinner than we've ever been. We've got guys playing multiple positions, we're very versatile, which is good in a way. But as far as, I mean, what do you do? I mean, you can't, you're not going to change what you do and how you approach things. You maybe change some of the ways that we have to practice a little bit, and being maybe I'm all we're all about tempo of practice, and there may be some things I got to change in a few periods on my own to help alleviate some things, because we've got some guys that are running first team with this group, and turn right back around and run second team with another group, and you got to be careful, got to be smart with that, and not burn them out, and have them ready, for the game. We went into last week thin and came out thinner, and but we're very versatile, and that's good. It's really good to see some guys playing three positions. I mean, that are capable of playing three positions to help us out. But obviously as a coach, that's not, you don't want to be in this situation, But it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. There's not, and we've got to we got to keep playing fast and trying to create an opportunity for these guys to have success. And obviously tempo is a big part of it.
Is Maverick Morris available?
Is he available? Yeah, he's available. Is he ready? No, he's not ready.
What about Kern or Falcinelli? Is the thought even there, or are they?
Right now, I mean, obviously we've thought about it. They're not there yet.
Even in practice, just to get more reps.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I mean, we'll have to do some things practice-wise that'll help us out a little bit with those guys, and making sure you're not burning out the first group, or your main group of guys. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's not a whole lot more that you can do about it right now. We got some of the younger guys that are going to be good players. They're not ready yet. We got some guys that we were counting on that aren't there. They're not ready. They're not. We don't feel like they're in a position right now to be in that rotation. But again, it is what it is. And the good thing about it is, like I said, is we've got guys that are capable of playing multiple positions. It's not just, hey, this guy can only play. Reed Webster can only play this position. I mean, this is a guy that has, since the Georgia game, played three different positions. Kaylon Davis is another one that's been able to go back and forth and play a couple positions. And obviously, Tyrone Crowder's a guy that is just a guard, and he's a guy that really needs to come on. And got to play a little bit the other night, and he showed some flashes, but he would provide us a little bit of depth. But we've got to get him right and get him ready, and he's not there yet. But would have to play if we had to have him, type of deal.
Are you looking at it's just 6 or 7 for Saturday with McLean and?
Well, we know we're going to put 5 out there.
Right.
5 for sure, 5. And outside of that, who knows? We've got 6, 7 guys probably, like you said. Yeah, I mean, that you feel comfortable with to create some rotation there with some guys, but that's where we are. I mean, there's really, you don't want to pull a red shirt off a guy and him not really play an extensive amount of time. Not that they're ready yet, they're not. But obviously, if you got a situation that had to, they're there. But
And I would guess that with this week being Louisville, you have their attention with the thinness and the fact that it's Louisville and that defense. It's
Well, I mean, regardless if we'd had 10 guys or 15 guys up front, I mean, we're playing the number one defense in the country. Very active. Not only the number one in pass defense, I mean, scoring defense. I mean, they're definitely got everybody's attention. I mean, it's not just us. And I mean, these guys they're good. I don't think they've been scored on. A touchdown scored on them in 13 quarters, 14 quarters, somewhere along that line. I mean, these guys are. This is a good football team. This is a really, really talented defensive football team. Obviously, I hadn't seen the offensive side of the ball, but from a defensive standpoint, we're looking at their defense and their skill guys that they have, their athleticism. They're extremely talented.
Specifically, rush defense. They were number one last year. Even with the staff change, what have you seen?
Well, obviously. Coach Grant been at Georgia, and familiar with some of the things that those guys have been doing there, and to be able to come in and take a group of guys that have been successful and build on that and actually make them stronger in some other areas has been impressive. I mean, he's done a really, really good job with these guys. It doesn't take long to turn the film on and then they'll grab your attention in a hurry.
How much better was Deshaun in zone read and just running the football? Obviously, the numbers look pretty good. But in your opinion, how did
I thought Deshaun. I thought he played exceptionally well. I think he is becoming more and more comfortable. I think you saw that, and against a good defensive front, we knew coming in that this was a talented defensive front that we were playing last week, and to see how we could handle him up front and see how he could the things that he could do in creating some space out there with him. I thought he did a really good job on his reads. He had a couple that he should have went the other way with, but I was pleased with him. So.
Do you see things like we are for the first time from him, or have you seen all this in practice?
Well, we knew coming in he was going to be special. We saw it last, of course, obviously seeing it, watching him play at the high school level and break the records that he's done. But coming in here in the spring, had an unbelievable spring, grabbed everybody's attention in the spring. Just the knowledge and how quick he picked things up, carried over into fall camp. Did some good things in fall camp. Hit a wall a little bit about midway through fall camp. Struggled a little bit, but really pushed through it. And then to be able to come out and see, I mean, what you do is you see a guy he's just having fun, and he'll be the first to tell you that. I mean, that's just the innocence of it all with him is incredible. I mean, he makes a lot of people better around him, and. Matter of fact, I talked to him on the sidelines. It was one of the plays that he made, and I said, you did really good there, blah, blah, blah. And he just said, Coach, I'm just having fun. And just like that, smiled real big, said, I'm just having fun, Coach. And that's what you want. That's what it's about. And but yeah.
So the play where he jumps over the linebacker.
Yeah.
You've seen that before, or were you even?
Well, yeah. Actually, he sent me a video last year in high school where he dove and got hit and helicoptered around and did all that type of stuff. And so yeah, I've seen him be able to do that and lay out, and he's just got a feel for the game and just an awareness and a presence on the field, and that's you appreciate that. You kind of watch it, and it's impressive to watch some of the things that he does, and especially when he gets out in space. And he's really smart with the football. We got to have a little bit better ball security, but that comes.
And do you have to kind of control your thoughts on him because he's 2 games into it?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a freshman, and he still makes mistakes. He's going to make mistakes. He's not going to master this position as much as we all think he can. And I mean, even the great ones don't master it. There's always room for improvement, and it's it's my job as a coach and his coordinator to keep him and understand that, and he does, and he's very humble and he's very quick to give everybody around him credit, and that's a sign of a leader. I think the guys look to him, and he provides a spark. There's no doubt about that. But he's just a young guy. He's 19 years old, and he's having fun. And, sometimes as coaches we have a tendency to take the fun out of the game at times, and we're going to let him have fun, because when he's having fun, we're all having fun.
As he's gotten more attention in the last couple of weeks, we've seen him and talked to him in a lot of positive moments. Have you seen him? Has there been a moment when he's been vulnerable or frustrated at any time in the last couple of weeks?
Well, no. The last couple of weeks, I mean, he's pretty the same guy every day. That's what's impressive about him, is even when he's not playing well, or maybe not had a good practice, he's more down on himself. Most of the time, when he comes in from practice, and by the time he gets to doing all his study hall work and getting to where he's got to get to academically, by the time that's over with, and that night he's already texted us asking us questions about some different things that happened at practice that he had already went and watched. And so he's definitely ahead of the game. I mean, he understands it, and and knows how to ask the right questions.
He's #1 in the country quarterback rating already. Does that surprise you at all?
Just incredibly smart with the football. I mean, he just has an awareness. And I've said it before, he played in a great program, was coached really well, and he brings a lot on himself. I mean, he really pushes himself to do the right things, as far as the reads, and when things don't happen the way they're supposed to happen. He usually knows why it didn't work out by the time he gets to me, and will communicate with it. But just being efficient with the football, I mean, that's critical, so critical with a young guy like that. Again, there's a lot of things we still have to improve on and work on, but I mean, we all see it. Y'all see it. I see it. Everybody sees it. I mean, he's having fun, and he's electric, and he's the thing about him is that I think he's more effective when he's out of the pocket, when he gets flushed out of the pocket, than he is when he's in the pocket. This is a guy that he can hurt you with his legs, but he's extremely accurate with the football, throwing wise.
And speaking of that, you mentioned how Taj was so good last year on the defense.
I think he throws a good ball. It's effortless.